bit of a grim and grey morning today here in Suffolk, but I'm on my first walk for my Conquerors challenge. So just a bit of history on that. I've got some friends at work. During the last month of lockdown, we've decided to set up a challenge and try and walk 144.8 kilometres, which is the full distance of the Hadrian's warpath during March. So as soon as March is over, a lot of the lockdown restrictions are going to be eased, and you know, we would have succeeded in this challenge hopefully. So this is the first walk of that. Hopefully going to do about 5 or 6 miles. It's the 3rd of March, so I've already lost 2 days of March. I was working yesterday and the day before, but I thought I'd try and catch up on some miles today. Might do a bit more as well, I don't know, I'll make it up as I go along. But I've set out from home, just walked past a lovely weir that is right near my house that I didn't know about. Sorry, it's a bit boggy here. And I'm going to walk over to Meindl with the tower there. I do have my drone with me, but it's really murky. I don't know if you can see, but it's really grey and misty, so it probably won't come out. But there's no wind at all. It's perfect conditions really. And then I'm going to go over to Cavendish and then probably follow the Stour Valley path or something like that back home. So I'm just arriving at Meindl Tower now, and the tower stands just over 90 feet tall. It's protected as a Grade 2 listed building and dates to 1859. So I've just taken a short detour off the original route to check out Meindl Church, which dates to the Norman period around the 12th century, and it's one of only 6 round tower churches in the whole of Essex, and given a Grade 1 listing. So let's have a look. So I've just left Cavendish behind me. It's roughly a mile or so across these fields here. And it's such a lovely village, it really is picturesque, especially with all the timber framed houses around the green and the church as well. It's a lovely shop and a tea room just on the green, so if you're ever in the area, do check them out. And I'm on the Stour Valley path now, just heading home for the end of my first walk on my Hadrian's Wall Length Challenge. Welcome to walk number 2. Hopefully the audio is improved a little bit. I've got a new microphone attached. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise as well. It's a little bit breezy today, a bit cold. About 6 degrees I think, and the wind chill's probably about 1 or 2 degrees. It's pretty chilly. So I've just left the village of Stansted, and if you don't know if you can see over here, that's Glemsford. Stansted is just down there. I passed the lovely Grade 2 listed hall, Stansted Hall, which was built in the 16th or 17th century, lovely red brick building, and then alongside was the church, that's Grade 2 style listed and dates to about the 15th century. It's a beautiful little village, really secluded. And the walk I'm doing today, I'm calling it like the Glem River Round or the Glem Valley Round, I don't know. So down here is the River Glem, which kind of funnels its way through the valley, it meanders its way down and then joins the River Stour just near Long Melford. So I've crossed the river already once and I'm up on the valley side here, going down towards Hartest, and then I'm going to go down, cross the river again, go past Boxted Hall, which is a beautiful, beautiful moated house, which I'll hopefully get a couple of videos of. Go past the church and then back along the other side of the valley, over that way, back home. I reckon maybe 9 miles today. So hopefully getting ahead on my challenge walks. So I've just come across a trig point at 93 metres above sea level. I've just checked the OS map. Just going to head off the road and have a little look. I think it's probably one of the highest points in the area around the village. Here it is. So I've just entered the Boxted Hall estate and you can hear they're doing some work over there, cutting some trees down I think. Sorry about the background noise if it is a bit loud. You've got the absolutely stunning Grade 2 star listed house just over there, and that dates to the 16th century, timber framed, moated as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. And apparently it's actually on the site of an older hall that was built in the 14th century, which according to sources that I've sort of looked up was actually built on the site of an even older hall which was recorded there in 1066 when the Normans invaded, so it might have even been a Saxon hall, but we don't really know. But potentially at least a Norman house, which was also fortified as well, so a big fortified manor house. I'm just coming up to the Grade 1 listed Church of All Saints in Boxted. This one dates to the 15th century. So Boxted Hall and Church are just a couple of miles behind me, and I've decided to make the walk a little bit longer by following a few more country lanes and footpaths around to the north end of the village, where we start to get some really nice views actually. It's a little bit more hilly, and you can see down the valley towards the village and towards Hawkerden. And talking of nice views, that's a nice house. Look at that. It's going to be probably 16th century. It'll be listed as well. It's absolutely lovely. Welcome to walk 3 of my challenge event, and I'm here in the village of Meindl, so just a few miles down the road now that we're allowed to travel out just a little bit further. I've just gone past Court Knoll, which is an amazing ancient earthwork, believed to be prehistoric, but also could be like a ringwork, a Norman ringwork and bailey. You can see the big earthwork if I put a shot on the screen now, big ditch in the front, and then a slight mound at the back. So I was lucky enough a few years ago to actually participate in an archaeological dig. So I'll pop on a couple of photos that I took, and we actually excavated on top of the mound, which revealed the foundations and walls of an ancient chapel, which we dated to, I think, about the 12th century, something like that. But there's still potential that it could be an early Norman ringwork. It's definitely a prime location, being right by the river and defending the crossing. So I'm doing about a 6-kilometre walk just around the village, taking in the river stour and the earthworks, just to see what's about. And there's definite signs of spring in the air. So I'm just coming up to Wiston Mill now, which is a really fine 18th, early 19th century water mill, and given a grade 2 star listing. And apparently there has been a mill on the site since the 16th century.